the Nick
and also
because with Venom you are like basically get kited very badly by Venom.
The mid hero last.
Darks here doesn't allow what else the Nick and also because with Venom you are like against A and Nyx. But with their current players, they rarely pick clock with A. Darks here doesn't allow the Nick and also because with Venom you are like against A and
It does fall off quite hard. There is a bit more farming option here. We saw Mind Control play earlier today when we were casting Team Liquid.
He's a bit like a similar role to the Darks here. Farms a lot, participates in team fight. He is okay against the Sven because you can reduce his damage in team fights with the anchor smash. Laning phase with if they do want to have some kind of probably not, because the Wiz will probably go mid. Tide will probably be left alone. Maybe the Tusk will roam and help him a little bit, but very little kill potential with Tusk plus Tide Hunter Dole. Probably they do want to have some control will be left to his own device, jungle whenever he can.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Tusk doesn't necessarily want to go to a Tide's lane because the kill potential isn't that strong. Yeah. It's not like a Dark.
Yeah, but the general idea is quite similar. Remember the game we casted earlier, where they drafted. It was the same thing against Nyx. They drafted like a 5-man, like tight with something. Can't remember what. Yeah. Tight with a 5-man lineup, so the Nyx cannot really find pickoffs, and the enemy is forced to like react to your 5-man push. And it's not easy for Nyx to, because if your team itself, like the Nyx team, if they can't really take the team fight, then the hero doesn't do a lot, because the enemy team is grouping up together. So that's pretty much the idea behind this right now. So let's see how does LGD react to this. There are two things you can do right now. Either you pick your own team fight, or you go for heroes that have a lot of wave clear, so you move them around the map. Teamfight heroes, they took out Conker, Void. Yeah, these are the two heroes that are really good against Tide Hunter.
Victoria's Conker has been fantastic. They're actually going to get them mid. I was a bit surprised with this. I was thinking they'd save that for last.
Keeping their options open, because right now, if this 4th pick right here, they pick an offlane hero, their draft is not so flexible, because right now, because they pick Quap, the Nyx can be offlane, can be position 4. So they have a much bigger pool of selection, because this hero is an interchangeable role between offlane and a support, so it gives them more options. And Quap is like something still like pretty good for them, because they're choosing to go into more team fights, so they have Quap plus A, so they're gonna clash into the Tide Hunter. Still like their last pick is pretty much quite open for them, because they're choosing to go into more team fights, so they have Quap plus A,
also ensuring they can get
clash
one
into
of
the
the
Tide
heroes
Hunter.
that has
Still like their last pick
IO,
is pretty much quite open for them,
plus one
because
mid lane,
they're
and even
choosing to
Roaming
go into
Tusk
more team
having
fights, so they have Quap plus A,
also ensuring they can get
clash
two
into
heroes
the
that
Tide
can bring
Hunter.
me
Still like their last pick
IO
is
and
pretty
1-1-3. That
much
plus one mid lane, and even Roaming Tusk. Also ensuring they can get two heroes that can bring me IO and 1-1-3. That plus one mid lane, and even Roaming Tusk. Also ensuring they can get two heroes that can bring me
I mean, Queen of Pain is actually okay against Brute. You just need to get early points in the screen. You don't really try to, unless you have a kill potential. Otherwise, you don't get the poison, the dagger.
Bloodseeker ban.
I mean, it's still a very annoying lane, regardless, because you think about it, Brute is mid, and they have two roaming heroes like IO Tusk or IO Spiritbreaker, these kind of heroes. It gives the Brute a lot of opportunities to dive, and the Brute is also going to create, vice versa, it's going to create a lot of opportunities for the Tusk to roam, because he's going to always be pressuring the Quap, right? He's going to try to force the Quap to use her blink. Once her blink is down, the Tusk can come in and just set up a kill.
Yep.
Very dangerous lane for the Quap still.
Definitely will be cause for concern for LGD.
Last ban is good. Bloodseeker is pretty good against like most of their heroes, like the Sven and the Quap. I still think like and maybe with this two hero setup, Venom is still quite good against their heroes.
Do they want? Do you think it's important they get something that's like a really strong partner for the IO though?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because you have Brute and Tide, then you need like a strong carry, like another hero that can carry. Like Venom is okay-ish, like he's somewhere in between that he does a lot of things. He's a good team fighter, he has good magic damage, good physical damage, but he is not the best partner for the IO.
find out what that's going to be. Liquid will have the first pick before it goes over to LGD.
They're still tiny, I guess. Tiny Chaos. Chaos Knight's probably not.
And the Bat Rider, so take out one of the offlaners here before they pick their final hero, and it is going to be a Monkey King.
Call Monkey King. This is a good
yes.
hero. Call Monkey King is
talked about. I've seen a few people talk about this. Like it's going to be one of the heroes that comes back at TI. Like Monkey King is going to be played more in that carry role than the full position roamer role.
It's quite strong because he's a hero that doesn't need too much in the lane, like self-sufficient, and he's very tanky. Has a very good stun, AoE stun, good team fight. Like basically they have tight lane Monkey King. You can't really fight into that kind of AoE spell. Very difficult for Sven.
Last pick Axe for 11, so they get some control, someone to initiate, someone potentially to even go up against the Brood. They could, if they wanted to, something I was going to bring up is swap around these lanes. Do you think there's a chance they do something like sending the Axe mid against the Brood if the Brood is going to be there?
I don't think they need to though. Like all three lanes, if you think about all their cores, Sven, Quap, Axe, they all do okay against Brood. Brood doesn't like destroy them. The Sven has the cleave. Quap you can just get early points like I said in the Scream. Axe is just Axe. Axe is going to deal with Brood. I don't see a lane where, oh crap, the Brood is going to go there and it's going to cause a lot of problems, you know.
Okay. Well, we'll see how effective Matu's Brood can be. Definitely a hero that has changed a lot since I feel like the introduction of talents. It just feels like Brood can scale and be much more of a right-click and carry than she used to be.
And the build as well, like he has very different builds nowadays. I've seen like a Deso. I don't know if you've seen this. They have a Deso build. You just get a Deso, like first item Deso on Brood as a mid Brood. Then you have like the Bulldog build where he gets Echo Saber.
Seen like Echo Saber, Solo Crest. I've seen quite common.
Yeah, Echo Saber, then BKB AC, like the fighter build. Then there's the Orchid build. Then I've seen the occasional Ice Troll Radiance build. I don't really like it too much. Like he has a lot of like a variety of builds, like depending on what the game needs. What does your team need? What to be done to win the game?
And it's crazy because the hero hasn't seen that much competitive play, so I think people have kind of forgotten how to play against it a bit, and also have just not played against the new Brood with talents. Like some of these talents are insane. 70 attack speed at level 20, the 8 webs you get 25. The 20% cooldown reduction is an insane talent.
I think the key thing is also because of the level 15 talent, depending on the game as well. Like sometimes the 350 health is a lot at level 15.
Yeah.
You can be super tanky. Like if you imagine the build, you have the Power Traits Echo Saber build, and you have the 350 talent. You are so tanky as a Brood.
Well,
so
see.
Gonna be a mid Brood, I guess.
Yeah, it looks that way. He's got one pulled Tango. He's got double sentries to have that vision control. Does look like that will be the case with Norbert Venom. We'll see what LGD look to do. Victoria is going to charge up.
I've never seen this matchup though, like Axe against Monkey King. I think Monkey King should be okay. Oh, Victoria.
What's he up to? Gets the 2-man stun. Has backup, but it's quite far away. Axe and Queen of Pain. 5 LGD heroes up in this top lane. This is...
He's trying to bait them.
Oh my god.
Oh, they are dead.
Yeah, there's at least going to be 1 kill. Miracle is going to get stunned up, cold-feeded. Throws down a stun before he goes down, but a first blood picked up by the Queen of Pain.
And the monkey has his strike, bonus strike at level 1. That's going to make laning easy for the Axe.
That was such a mind game. He's just running up there alone. His entire team was waiting back at the shrine.
That was some next level. Like I've never seen this start before. Like the usual starts would be like, you go to the lane or you try to smoke at like 15 seconds before the 15-20 seconds before the rune spawn. You smoke in and you try to kill them. That is something new.
Yeah, like you say, like if you smoke to them, but no, it was very much let's send this Nyx out, pretend he's warding.
And an enemy is like, oh, maybe he dropped a ward somewhere. He's alone. They're gonna try to do something to him, and then, so they have left the Axe against. I guess they thought the blue was going bot, maybe. Or they just wanted, maybe they just wanted to go aggro lane with the Sven.
Looks like they just wanted to aggro lane against like the Monkey King.
Yeah,
As a result, Liquid changed the lanes up.
Because like, I've been playing against Monkey King a lot in C. As an offlaner, it's very difficult to lane. Like Monkey King is like Ursa because of the passive, you know. Very difficult for the offlane to sit in the lane to farm and get XP. So if you have this idea in mind, it means that they're trying to give their offlaner a better time. So they avoid the Monkey King lane for the offlaner. They try to aggro lane and give the Axe a better start. So that was probably what they were thinking about, and they were trying to give 11 a better start. But right now, both teams swap their lanes, so in the end, it's gonna be the Axe still against the Monkey King.
Yeah, the Axe swaps back top, the Monkey King follows in there, making sure Liquid can get the lanes they want.
Yeah, and mid lane, I think it should be a wash. Quap is fine. Like I said, you get a few early points in Scream, you ignore the Shadow Strike, and you should be A-okay in the lane.
It's going to be tough because of the sentry control. Brood came to lane with 2 sentries. The Quap started with 1, they both traded sentries, and maybe brought a second sentry, which, if the same thing happens, he won't have a sentry ward to play with in lane if they both lose their sentry at the same time.
Yeah, that's true, but at the end of the day, I think it's not like Quap, because Quap is very difficult for Brood to kill. So even if he's gonna have like maybe like a minute without a sentry, it's not like he's gonna have a lot of pressure in the lane. Like, let's say if you are a hero that the Brood has a kill potential, then without the sentry, you will find it very difficult to stay in the lane and farm. So,
Matu has definitely had some pressure come his way in this mid lane. The 2 points in Scream.
Oh, bot lane. Yao.
And
He's gonna body block him with the illusions, proc the cold feet.
Has 2 of them really well played here, but he will
Still
not
tanky.
get the kill, like you say. A bit too tanky. Has a salve as well on the Tide Hunter. So he will be healing himself back up in this lane. Kills coming there. A lot of heroes congregating towards this top lane though. Io has been skulking around at Radiant Shrine. They're going to get a call on a creep wave here. It is a bit of a bait as the Io does immediately tether on in. 11 as backup coming. It's an AATP, but the Axe is going to go down before he can do anything. Cold Feet onto the Io. The target they want to go, and there's going to be another Impale soon. Needs to get it out just barely in time. As Kuro then doesn't get tethered himself. Almost dies because of it, but nicely played by Liquid. They are so good at baiting with Io. Every time I see them play with GH's Io, especially pairing up with Miracle.
And it's also the passive, you know, the Jingu Mastery. Like, Monkey King got so much life drain there. So, and meanwhile, Kuroki suicides to the neutrals. Goes back to base and let's see where can he go next. Tide now knows that he's alone with the Sven, so he's going to be able to play very aggressively up the lane. And they're going to try to contest the Monkey King's lane here with the 3 heroes.
As soon as that rotation happened, Tide is just, like you say, pulling the Sven. He's just going up, anchor smashing, getting all the denies in the world. His life is very tricky. Brood's kind of left the mid lane, is fallen back to the jungle. It really speaks to this mid lane going the way of LGD, it feels like.
Like I said, it's fine for the top, like with the extra points in Scream mode top lane.
11 getting brought down very low. The snowball going to go in through. May still be able to survive this one. Gets a call, pulls him deeper underneath the tower. Has a salve still to play around with. He's going to turn and look for the Kuro kill. GH is also low. Does not look too good for Kuro, who does not have boots here. Gets some extra movement speed thanks to GH.
Fine.
Yeah, that will help him out.
There's no battle hunger on the Axe. Laning situation right now. Also, Quap has rotated towards bot lane. Maybe they will... Probably not. Tide seems to be quite aware of what's happening because mid lane, there's no heroes in mid lane, so like in a unless he makes a TP down, then
he's scanning it. Yeah, he's expecting the Queen of Pain to show up. But
then it'll be less obvious because he's like walking all the way down. It took a long time.
Yep. Quap was looking for that rotation with ultimate. Had a regen rune to give the
Brood
mana
has
for
caught
it.
up. Like she was, the Brood was like 500 gold behind before, but he was like doing this jungle farming pattern along the ancient area. Like he was farming the 2 medium camps.
It's very efficient, you know. From the mid lane, you can go straight into that jungle with the web system.
Yeah, this is like someone started from. I don't know if you watch a lot of Baby Knight's team, his old team.
Yes.
He used to play a lot of mid-board. I was watching their games, and he would like do something like that, like farm the left side of jungle, go connect it with the labs.
Make it with like the ancients and stuff.
You'll
as
be
well.
so fat because of this jungling
Bottom
pattern.
lane, got mind control here. Does look like they should be able to get the kill this time. It's going to be a tough one to get, but they do in the end. Carapace,
Good Carapace there by Victoria, returning the anchor smash damage. But overall, game state right now. Laning wise, I think for LGD, Quap is doing the best. Sven and Axe somewhat okay. It's quite even though because Liquid has like the Brood and the Monkey King doing okay as well. Not too far behind the Quap and the Sven. It's quite evenish. And Axe is a little bit ahead of the Tide in terms of net worth.
Yeah, just a little bit. He's having a tougher time. He can't really go to lane so much against that Monkey King anymore, it feels like.
Oh, Quap gonna get the TP cancelled. She was gonna try to TP to pick up the Arcane Rune, but now gonna be forced back.
Oh, the chase is on. Brood really wanted the kill, but he did blink far enough back. Matu very close to trying to chase that one down. There's a shrine available, so imagine Quap will be headed that direction.
Yeah, it'd be still quite annoying though, because that would be a very important rune. Like our previous cast, I talked about how important it is to control runes. In the early game, runes dictate the play of the game. Runes will create opportunities. Arcane Rune is something that can change a lot in the early game because of the cooldown reduction on a heavy cooldown spell like a Sonic Wave. So right now, like still both teams trying to play their economy game, farming, getting their levels up. Big rotations would start, I think, when the A and Nyx, both of these heroes, get their ultimates online, the dagger on the axe. Whereas for Liquid, they are much more like a slower paced game. They're gonna play more of their reactionary TP to react, get more items first. I think their timing would be maybe a mech on Tide, because if they choose to go down that route, then they group up and push mech Tide with the Monkey King ultimate.
LGD is smoked down bottom. As Liquid sent both supports down there, here comes the Queen of Pain with ultimate.
They want to drop their Sonic Wave.
Yeah. Well, the IO Spirits will scout this one out to GH. Gets the tether away, really goes quite far here. This is going to be a tough kill to get as a result. No impale to follow this one up. The snowball back. Tusk Kuro is going to be the sacrificial lamb.
That wasn't too bad.
It was looking like there was going to be multiple kills.
That was actually okay for Liquid, to be honest. Like losing just a support Tusk right there with what it was a 3-man rotate, like 3-man smoke.
It was a 2-man smoke with the Nyx and the Quap, but
yeah,
it was still 4 heroes.
On the other hand, they did save the Sonic Wave, so they still have that up their sleeve.
Axe is kind of holding this mid lane, not letting the Brood push it in as well. King back top has maxed out
the Brood is getting
strike.
first item Deso.
That was the build you talked about. Getting this at a very early time there. Oh, they're going to catch the
He
eye.
wasted the shrine. That's actually very huge for early game.
And
that's a big deal.
They know mind control's got this ancient stack.
The Tide is sad right now. He was going to be able to use the shrine to farm the ancients. Right now, oh no, that's bad.
On the Radiant side, there is Sven. There's also Axe, 2 heroes that can steal.
Can they steal it right now?
Possibly with the Mask of Madness, but...
Not yet, but maybe in the near future.
Yeah, they've got vision of it is the key thing right now. So if Liquid are worried about it being stolen, they may have to go and secure it soon.
Yep. So basically right now what's happening is like, you see what Liquid is doing, they're like farming all 3 lanes, trying to play their economy game, and they're just holding TPs to react to. LGD is the ones that wants to make moves right now with the Queen of Pain ultimate, and try to, because they are trying to free up lanes, because Axe, Nyx, and A, all these three heroes, they're gonna need some sort of like levels and farm. So the Quap has to be the main one moving around with the cooldown spell, the Sonic Wave. She wants to use her, look at her movement, she's been trying to use the Sonic Wave. Top lane.
Yeah, they go in, they get the call as the TPs come. Miracle has got Jingu up here, he's just going to turn and fight. He may be alone, but he feels confident.
No mana for
Queen
start.
of Pain blinks in as well, the slow coming out from the Shadow Strike as well as the Veil. Miracle getting very low, turns around with the stun. I think Jingu here, this is going to be a tough kill for Miracle, but it's also a tough kill for LGD, who cannot chase him down.
Okay.
He's trying to snowball to the neutrals if he needed it.
Yeah.
For a bit of a dodge
the
there.
Quap didn't have enough mana for her combo. That was really unfortunate. That would have been a really big kill, getting the Monkey King.
They don't get the kill. While that was going on, Tide was farming the Ancients. Brood was also pushing mid, probably the bigger objective.
They're just doing the right things right now with their lineup. Like I said, they don't really have to make... They don't have to be the ones
be close
that make plays, they just need to react accordingly.
Miracle finding a kill on the Axe. Hero is looking to not even farm up just the Blink Dagger right now, perhaps just a Vanguard. Axe is fallen behind the Tide.
He's going Vanguard first?
Well, he's got to bring a health queued up.
I'm not sure if that's the right decision though, because they have quite like a farm heavy tri-core, like all their 3 cores gonna need some sort of farm. And Nyx and AA are not heroes that don't need anything, you know. AA is gonna need levels. I mean, AA doesn't need too much, okay, he just needs levels. But Nyx is gonna want to farm at some point, you know. You want to get your dagger.
So far, Liquid showing some kind of creative, innovative TI7 picks here with the mid Brood, the farming Monkey King.
Oh my god, this Brood is actually so fat.
Yeah, 5.2k net worth. I mean, this is just Brood things. You farm so efficiently with the jungle.
He's getting a dagger Nyx. Oh gosh. That's rather interesting.
I think the crazy thing about items like that is with that 20% cooldown reduction, you think of that cooldown on things like Blink because of that, and the uptime of being able to blink, being able to constantly have ultimate is incredibly high.
I actually kind of like the 350 health though with his build because he doesn't have any like stats. So having, I don't know. I think the other talent is also very good for his build.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're both amazing for a level 15
because
talent.
if you think about the enemy lineup, X Corp, they're gonna try and burst you. Oops.
It's a bit low HP farming the jungle there. Victoria got a freebie. Levin's poised at top to go in. I don't think these two heroes can get the kill though. Miracle immediately got rid of the battle hunger with a well-timed boundless strike. They're playing Queen of Pain, cannot really hold her ground against this battle.
Has she used her ulti yet? She's been trying so hard for the last 3 to 4 minutes. But there's like Liquid doesn't really give them any big openings.
Wame going in to steal some neutrals here, but this could be punished. There's multiple TPs coming in. He's surrounded by 4, make it 5 enemy heroes. They are converging on him.
The greed has been punished.
Yeah. He's gonna stun up some spiders, maybe just try and farm along his way out. He buys his Ogre Club, doesn't lose any money at least. Takes away some of the dive.
What did he take? Like a
like a triple stack or something of Hellbears
he better hope they don't have dust.
Yeah.
Okay,
fortunate there that they
did he get the tower?
No, it got. Oh, I think it got denied, right? Yeah, it got denied.
Oh,
by
it got
Brube.
denied.
He tried to get it, and then Brube was there. He's considering going in with the Vendetta. GH is being very proactive with the spirits, keeping them up.
He's gonna try and kill the IO.
There's a dire sentry what he's about to walk into. There's going to be a snowball initially, but Kuro's still going to get caught by this one. Maybe. Sonic Wave goes through, catches 3.
Oh, Ice Blast.
IO,
doesn't clip the IO.
Very close. It's going to be Victoria going down to the first Ravage of the game. Mind control.
Okay.
Happy to secure that kill.
Relocate top.
Top lane, yeah. 11. He's looking like he's a dead man. He's
doesn't even need his team.
I was just about to say, what?
That this hero does a lot of damage. Seriously, a lot of damage. With his passive, like the passive is so strong.
Still at mid now as Sven has bounced back, looking now to fight into Martu. Martu trying to lifesteal his way through this one. Ame has good armor, but with the Warcry wearing off, he's going to lose the fight, and in comes Miracle with a nice 2-man stun. Mind Control's managed to get himself a couple of kills. The chase is on now as well. Possibly looking for Victoria. Has go Vendetta. This time, is there any detection? Doesn't look like it.
Kuro had a sentry, but it was too far.
Yeah. Plan further back. Yeah, maybe going to try and bait him in if there's more detection. Doesn't look like...
He has 4 observers. He really wants to plant them on the map.
Constant fighting has kind of not created those opportunities to do so.
Yeah, I think he died a lot as well. Quite difficult to place down the vision if you're always dying. So right now, item-wise, they are close to the dagger on a Brood. Tide has arcane boots and a medallion, so they are thinking about getting an early Roshan.
Yeah, not even upgrading to the Solar Crest. The blink is
and Monkey King has his Echo Saber. So they have their first round of items. They're ready to fight.
LGD, it seems like, are waiting on this Axe Blink. He has the Vanguard Blink queued up, but it looks like he's going for the Blink first.
I think he should get the Blink. I don't think he should get Vanguard. The game needs him to fight right now. If he goes for a Vanguard, it's going to be really bad for his team.
Cole is ready to lead some aggression here.
Oh no, the Sven.
Uh-oh, Ame needs to get that Warcry up, but he's already so low on health. Doesn't look like he'll find a way out of this one. Could look to scurry away. The earn damage ticking won't quite kill. He's up to 15 health. Trying to get out of there. Miracle does not have a Boundless Strike. Ame needs to find a way to TP on out. He's just going to run further away before he goes for that TP.
Wow.
Like he'll survive.
He's out. He's actually out.
Barely surviving. They know where Miracle is. Can they chop his tree? He's hopping around. Ice Blast's going to go flying across. Miracle. Looks like they don't quite know exactly where he is. They're pinging the tree.
They have the dagger on the axe now.
Been scouted. I don't believe so.
They're gonna try to set up something. Ice Blast is coming off cooldown in 20 seconds. X plus the Ice Blast.
Miracle.
Oh, they got the Brood.
Yep, that's the big kill, if they can get that one. They got the damage for it. They need more heroes here, and GH showing up. They surely don't. Ravage comes out. Mind Control. Catches out 4. He doesn't have great follow-up, though. So just the AA kill for now.
The Monkey King was way too far away, though.
Yeah, he was seeping into the shrine. Couldn't quite get in there in time. 11 getting very low. In goes the Sven with the ultimate. Can't quite bring down Martu. He's trying to lifesteal his way through. Will barely do so. He's back. He's healing up with the help of GH's IO, and it's 4 dead. GH also surviving on a sliver of HP. And what a team fight coming out from Liquid.
They used the Ice Blast earlier to scout. I think if they had Ice Blast, that fight would have been so good. They would have killed like 2-3 heroes instantly.
Needed it for Matu's Brood. He just healed himself back up with the lifesteal. 100% lifesteal coming out from the ultimate.
Yeah, they need the AA to blast like every target that they focus on first, because otherwise the IO will just heal and keep the person alive. So yeah, very crucial for them to have every single spell.
Who's this monkey? Just a tree, I swear. Who is going to walk down this mid lane? Oh, he moves.
So right now, state of the game. They just use their Ravage and Monkey King ultimate to take a fight. Roshan? Maybe Roshan should be their... Because they have the Desolator on Brood and the Medallion. Has he completed a Solar Crest? Not yet, but they have these two items, so it's going to be a very, very quick rush when they find an opening for it. LGD has to be very careful. The next fight, if they lose the fight, Liquid is going to be able to get the Roshan.
Yep.
And
I do like what Sven's building. He's going straight into the Halberd rather than like the SMY. He wants that evasion, he wants the disarm against these right-clicking cores of Brood and
Monkey King has so much physical damage.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be even tougher for the Sven when Miracle, he's got a Diffusal queued up. That's an item that can get rid of the Warcry and negate that bonus armor.
LGD is making a smoke move right now, but the Quap just TP'd back to base. Oh, they saw him. They saw him placing the ward. This is not very good for LGD. They need everyone here. They need the Quap as well.
Yeah, Quap's blinking her way back though, so should...
She has the Orchid. She just completed the Orchid, so the Orchid would be very useful against the Tuskar and the IO.
The Dire Vision again, we see this with Kuro so often, getting these deep wards down, scouting out a lot. Monkey King has been pinged though. They seem to see him. They missed the blink call though.
They missed.
They didn't know where he was. They guessed wrong. They still likely will get this kill though. They drop a lot of ultimates in.
Just the Ice Blast actually. Just the Ice Blast. Yeah, he would often Kuro, been noticing their games for a while. He would often carry 2 to 3 observers and plant it all at one go. Like, let's say if they are going to play the enemy jungle, he will place 2-3 wards in the enemy jungle. But when they are losing and the game is not going so well, he will place wards in their own jungle so that they could farm and control their jungle.
Yep. I mean, you can see the 4 wards up now. The 2 in the bottom were planted around the same time. The 2 in the top were planted around the same time. Very much planted at that time with okay, we're going to fight around this area. Let's not just have a little bit of vision. Let's have a lot.
He still has 2 observer wards. So I think the next vision should be done around... Okay, he has 1 around the Roche pit. Yeah, because Roche will be the next important objective for either team. Whoever wins the next fight or tries to make a fight happen, it would be around the Roshan area.
Could they smoke up? We'll see where they look to go. They want to use this Ravage.
Yeah, so... Right now, the Brood is queuing up a BKB next, so that's going to be another power spike once she gets the BKB.
Oh, she hurts so much with the single target damage.
And she took the 350 talent as well, so she's pretty tanky. Her smoke broke, so Mind Control knows that the Nyx is around.
And they miss the dust, and they see the Observer Ward being planted here.
All ultimates up though, this is going to be a brawl here.
Yeah. For LGD, it starts well though. They pop the smoke, they de-ward the Observer Ward. They at least don't let Liquid have that vision initiation advantage. They're going to fight on equal terms.
The Nyx is doing a good job. He's giving his team a lot of information, yeah. Very good job.
Hits the Impale. Relocate out will save the Tusk, but that's relocate down at least. Miracle still scouting out everything. He's on top of the trees here. We'll see what he looks like.
Oh, the Tide is going to get a big ultimate here. The Tide is going to get a big ulti.
Oh, here goes Miracle. Drops down the ultimate, but they can disengage. Meanwhile, 11 actually does go in. They find a way to go on the IO. That could be a big kill. They get the Sonic Wave will finish off the kill. Kuro, a tiny smidgen too late to save him. The snowball in on the Axe is going to be good, but off to the side, it's the Sven taking out the Brood. This is looking good for LGD. They've traded 3 for 1 so far, and it looks like Miracle does not have an escape. Has to turn and fight.
Very, very good decision, Parker, there by LGD. When they saw Miracle, he used his Wukong's command ahead of the fight. He wasn't able to use it in a position where he could have saved his teammate. And once LGD realized, oh, ultimate is wasted, let's just go in.
And they found the IO. The Axe being able to find a blink hole onto the IO meant so much there. When the main Miracle was trying to take the main fight further down, but killing the IO before the fight even began just really spelled trouble for Liquid.
Yeah, he somewhat, I think he was trying to stop the enemy team from running into the relocate because they just used relocate. So he popped his Monkey King ultimate like a bit further ahead, whereas when LGD saw that, they did not even come from that direction. They just swing past from the Ancients area, and they just walk like right down from here.
Yeah.
So it made it very obvious that the Monkey King ultimate was wasted at that point.
You mentioned Victoria, he was really the orchestrator of all that action, the scouting, the position.
Yeah, he was MVP of that fight.
He's been so good ultimate long, like watching him play this 4 position, his just game sense, his movement has been absolutely fantastic. But Ice Blast will not connect on GH as he was looking to set up a kill there.
Yeah,
but
and it's starting to be quite annoying for the Wiz to play this game, because like the Nyx and AA, both our heroes are very bad for Wiz to go up against. The AA stops your regenerating spells with ult call.
He got the call!
He got the call, oh my god, he's dead!
Oh, he was baiting it.
He's life draining!
Oh, 11 almost goes
my
down.
god.
That was so close. And oh, did they see that? Relocate. GH comes in.
He was so tanky.
But man, did the Axe react fast. Miracle pounced in and was looking to immediately tree dance back up, but Axe was ready for it and caught him. The ground. They'll now shrine back up.
Did not even cost them like a sonic wave. So okay, they have Aegis right now. The Sven has his dagger.
They want to go fight.
They
Tide may have Ravage soon.
They should be heading to fight right now with the Aegis.
They got 15 seconds without the Monkey King, so they do feel they have a bit of an edge, and probably right in thinking that. Ame can't throw out a stun for now. He popped the Mask of Madness.
They might be able to catch someone here. Okay.
Oh, they get the silence on the Tusk. That should be a dead Tusk. The Sonic Wave will secure the kill. The Ravage comes out, but it's probably going to be too late. Mind Control can't be healed up because of the Ice Blast, and it's a Blink Scream to finish him off. GH needs a tether target to get out, but with 5 enemy heroes surrounding him, it's Maybe's beyond godlike streak that will finish him off as he gets a triple kill.
What coordination and game sense there by LGD. They're doing all the right things. They understood that Liquid are at their weakened state at that point, and Monkey King was still dead for another 10-15 seconds, and it was their time to strike. They had their items up already, the dagger on the Sven. The Quap has her Orchid, plus almost Shivas. It's going to be very difficult for Liquid to fight before they have, I think they need their BKB.
Exactly, I was just thinking
Brute needs a BKB. Monkey King's next item, I mean it's a damage item like Diffuser.
But he may need a BKB as well after that, it feels like.
Yeah, probably. But right now his progression has been like halted a lot. Like usually at this stage you want your Diffuser, Echo Saber, and maybe going into a Manta. Considering a Manta either or a BKB. But right now he's like really slow, and it feels like he desperately needs the BKB already. Like he's not at a point where he's ahead. So he's gonna need the BKB ASAP.
You can see, I mean, it's reflecting the net worth. His teammate, the Tide, a hero that's not meant to really have more net worth than him does. Miracle is just being caught farming a couple of times. We saw it top. He's been involved in a lot of the action, but this is just not a power farming hero. It is a hero that if you try and fight and you're not successful, you'll fall off.
The mid fight really changed the game a lot. Like Liquid was in a way more comfortable position back then, but right now they have to try and avoid and try to get more items up. So Diffuser completed. Snowball.
They're going for the kill. It looks like they will. The Orchid is there. Kuro just going to try TP out. He may just die in the fountain, and yeah, he's going to not even make it to the fountain as he does die to Maybe's Queen of Pain. This co-op is just going off right now. 11-0. It is well and truly the Maybe show. You talk about how the two LGD teams are similar other than maybe the mid play, and we're seeing it here. Maybe's ability to just have a fantastic star performance.
Okay, they got the support, but at what cost, Parker? At what cost?
At the cost of Martu's Brood, who did not have a BKB to back up that aggression. So while he instantly bursts down the AA, he pays for it with his life, and the Sven Quap on the high ground still have an Aegis on Maybe's Quap.
This is probably like maybe 2 lanes of Rex? Just 1 lane, yeah.
We'll see how much damage they can do. The Sven is actually maybe
even
even 0 lane.
They're actually backing off.
It's a tough time with the Tide Ravage coming back up. The Monkey King ultimate.
Okay, I mean I can understand. They actually don't, because we have the view of the Brood not having buyback, and for LGD they're kind of worried because they know that Ravage is up. They are worried about a buyback, Ravage into 2-3 heroes, and things could be really bad for them. So
and the Aegis was maybe 30 seconds left on it, so play it safe. They find another pick, and if they can just keep getting kills like this and maintaining map control, they're going to be looking fine. Fine and dandy. LGD.
yeah, and right now
great Dota right now.
Right now they just need to like try and contain them, maybe play some more. They have one good lane ward in the middle area. They can see if Liquid comes up from the mid lane. So ideally you want to have like maybe another ward around their Ancients area or the bottom side of the map. You control and contain them, pick them off when you can, and wait for next Roshan. If you need the next Aegis, then choose to go for the high ground. So right now it's more about starving their opponents. I mean, I think they can still fight them because as long as Brute does not have BKB, I don't think Liquid can actually fight into a huge scale engage.
Well, it feels like the game plan of starving them, and while you do that, you find by starving you open up the ability to find pickoffs because you keep the lane so pushed out. Any hero that kind of pokes their nose out, it seems LGD are just trying to go for pickoffs rather than full-on 5v5 fights. Fighting into the team fight of a Tide Ravage is maybe just something they just don't want to do right now. So
depends on the place where you're taking the fight. Of course, when you're going up high ground, then the Ravage plus the Wukong's command is very difficult to deal with. But let's say if you're going into an open area, like around the jungle area or around the river, you're fighting in those kind of open engages. You have the Corp, you have the Axe, heroes that are really mobile, and the Nyx to scout things out, then it becomes easier for you to take those kind of fights, you know? Because you have the vision and advantage, you're controlling the map. And going outside the map is more difficult for Liquid.
Yeah, Liquid, they smoke up as 4. Brood has to scurry her way over there.
Does she have a BKB?
She does. It's coming on the courier.
I think she has it, right?
With the no TP, it doesn't have a quick way into this fight.
Yeah, they want to take this fight. They are at their power, like one of their power timings right now with the Brood BKB.
Yeah, they have to be careful though, because there is still a potential call to go through this BKB. And the Ice Blast could stop that ultimate from regenning. Tied in the front, looking to maybe use this Ravage. Martu gets some good scouting information. They do see a lot here. Where's that Blink Ravage? Are they going to go for a Mind Control? Goes in the BKB from Arme. He's faster. Gets it off before the Ravage even hits him. The Snowball looking to chase down maybe, but he gets away from it. The call goes through.
Brood.
The BKB Brood going to go down. This is a disaster for Liquid. Mind Control going to be chased away. The maybe Queen of Pain gets another kill. Somebody stop this man. He is just tearing through Team Liquid, who get the kill on the support AA. No relocate out for you.
That's gotta be
5 for 1. Rax, multiple lanes, bottom and middle both likely to go down, and so possibly even
like
game over.
2 lanes, right?
What a fast reaction from Arme. The Blink Ravage coming out from smoke, and he was quick enough to BKB it.
I'm still like a bit not sure about that too, because the follow-up was quite fun. Maybe if he gotten the... Yeah, I guess if he ravaged the strand, they can probably follow up with the... Because the tusk was very far away, he couldn't reach with his snowball.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get the quap. The quap blinked away, and the snowball then... The snowball worked against him. It pulled him really deep into the enemy.
I think they were a little bit too far behind, because his team was like still not able to follow up.
Well, part of it was also the smoke was wearing off, so he didn't really have much longer to,
it was like
wait for them.
Quite a desperate move there, because they just got their Brood and they were behind the whole, like, the last 10 minutes of the game. So they really wanted to get something done.
We'll see another live action battle view of this team fight. The Snowball, you can see it there, going through, chasing, putting Kuro in a rough spot. And the big play was that call on the Brood. 11 gets the blink call with a Blade Mail. That Brood was not fighting her way through that one. The BKB working against her in some ways, giving her a sense of overconfidence to go charging in, and the Axe, he was the answer.
But she kind of has to be the frontliner. She has to be the one like going in so that the Monkey King and Tide can find a good opportunity to...
And just rely on the IO tusk kind of to save.
I'm not sure, like, I don't think... Yeah, I'm not very sure though, like the heroes don't feel like they can chase very well. Like the Brood is a hero that wants to chase very well, like a lot to fight. But Tide and Monkey King, they want to fight in an area, like so as the Tusk. You have your Sigil, your Wukong's command, you want to fight at a... You don't want to chase too far basically. If you have to chase, then the heroes are going to waste their ultimates, and the fight is probably going to be really bad for Liquid. They need to like, control someone right away and destroy someone, kill someone with their first initiation, with either with the Tusk or with the Tide. Whereas for LGD, if they are going to be able to kite out the fights, draw the fight out, then the fight will be very favorable for them.
With another Ravage back up, are looking for their next engagement. They are grouped as 5, perhaps looking for a more controlled engagement. Miracles on the top of the tree here. I don't know if they will see Victoria now with the Vendetta no longer up. Miracle should consider going in. They go jump on Victoria, force out a Carapace. Martu not fully commit to that one. Looks like Liquid will be pulled back to their base to defend.
And they have a gem on the Tide. Not sure if you talked about that. so they're gonna be able to get back some map control here with the gem. And for LGD, they're kind of waiting just for the Roshan, like typical, like just be very disciplined. You're ahead. You try not to throw. You do all the things that you need to do. Take out every single alpha tower. Take out the shrines if you can, and secure the Rosh before you enter high ground.
Yeah, for Liquid, it's trying to figure out when that comes up and contest it. They keep sending Spiderlings out to scout it. It has respawned now.
They have to go out and fight though. If the Roshan is claimed by LGD, I think the game is like pretty much over. There's no more chances for them.
Matu will get vision of it for his team, seeing, okay, it is up now, and here come Liquid. They are smoked up, ready to go.
Victoria is going to try to break the smoke. Let's see if he can get out. Look at him.
The Tide is there with
okay, jumps down.
Blink, he gets Gush, but he also dodged it with the Blink. Nice. Impale catches Kuro on the snowball in, but he has been blocked up by the shards here. Become Ame! Oh boy.
Okay.
Good
GG.
night.
GG.
GG calls Winter as they'll bring down the Monkey King as well. They may just call it off of that. GH, 3 seconds to survive. It should be fine for him. It's just support. Oh no, he relocated back to the middle lane. He will not be fine. They're waiting. Queen of Pain. They're going to march down this middle lane. Great Blink call with a Sven. LGD, they know that fight right there sealed the deal. Liquid will not call it, but in their minds, in their hearts, I'm sure they know this game has been lost off of that fight. Kuro just sitting in the fountain knowing he cannot do it alone. We'll have to wait for teammates to respawn, and even when they do...
I mean, Brute is like...
GG.
It's pretty difficult to win with this hero. Like, you can have, like, I've seen so many Brute games where you have such a good start in the laning phase. You farm a lot. You get like some, let's say, 11, 12, maybe 30-minute Orchid, Power Trace. But then, after that, trying to close out and build on the advantage becomes quite tough. Yeah. I rarely see Brute like win games because of this, because the hero, that's how the hero is designed. Like, she wins you the laning phase, she makes it very annoying, but it's very difficult to progress after that. You can get the Roshan and everything, but it's still very difficult to go high ground, push high ground, and get a set of racks.
Definitely an element of risk with Liquid's draft, taking some kind of unconventional things, but on the side of LGD, very solid, stable with their draft and their play, and then maybe's Quap. There was nothing solid or stable about it, it was just flat out untouchable.
His rotations have been so good, even though the first Sonic Wave came at what, 13, 40 minutes, but
he was looking to use it.
Yeah, he
got kills without it too.
Actively looking around, trying to pressure the enemy, because he understood, like I talk about their composition, everyone needs to get something at that point. The Nyx needs to get level 6, A needs a lane to farm, X is not doing too well, he needs time to farm his Blink, and Quap is the sole person that can move around to create opportunities for his team, and he did it. Definitely the MVP of this match.
Yeah, like I think Victoria played amazing, but maybe was just on another level than all other 9 players in this game. Liquid have dropped a game, and with that, these two teams are tied at first place in Group A. Both teams 7 wins, 2 losses. This game 2 will decide who will walk away from this series with that #1 slot in the group for the time being. Still a lot of Dota to be played. Don't go anywhere. You're watching LGD versus Team Liquid.
With the ship flying over the top, and with the help, that's still a very big Storm Spirit to try and kill up. They're attempting it. MP, run away, get that bug off you. Let Kenzu do the work. The Sunstrike, it connects.
Oh, the Storm is all in for this.
Oh, at least he can get one. MidOne's there to help out. He's already got the kill on Paparazzi because he missed the timeless moment. And with a vision from the rocket, a quick jump, dodges the last attack. Tornado, it picks him up. Does he die from the fall? Yes, he does. MidOne gets the 2 biggest kills he could have asked for. He gets the Storm and he gets the Weaver.
That was such an overcommitment by Cicada. He really wanted that Lycan kill, but probably not worth it just to feed Invoker all that net worth. Invoker, who just died all the way on top of the net worth charts with those 2 core pickups. Now Secret, making their rotation into mid. Yapsor doesn't quite have that Blink Dagger, instead opting to go for the drums. This Lich just holding the lane. They're just waiting for their cores to respawn, but IGV with a slight overextension, gonna blow their gold lead just by a little bit.
140 damage catapult. It's key alacrity the catapult. Just watch it hit it once when the But it's auto. The alacrity's gone now. It's no longer.
I was gonna say, Toby, that was incredibly mediocre.
No. The first hit was really
I know.
good.
I was just messing. I saw the first one.
Son of a bitch. Bat Rider.
You lined me up.
Vortex him back in.
That's a 3-man rotation. They know Puppy's behind that tower too. Maybe they think there's a ward behind there. Would probably be a waste of a sentry though, considering that there is not.
Dogfights to bait him out. Like, you want to kill our courier? I can still kill you. Actually,
Doom,
Puppy is worth less than a courier at the moment.
This Doom, Toby, is incredibly farmed. He's taken the 80 Devourer gold bonus gold. On top of that, he's got a Shadow Blade and a Drums. There's no way that MidOne is really safe. You've got to sit heroes behind him. That hero is going to be Kezu, who, despite having such a good start, remember we talked about how many denies he had, how well he was doing, and if you want to talk about it, the denies probably came from his cogs.
Very true. So it was nowhere near as impressive as it looked.
Yeah. But his CS was good. And at bottom, no one's here to defend this tower. But getting this mid tower would be good.
Yeah, it's going to be a trade-off. They're letting Super do it at the moment. Top lane, Yaphets in trouble. In July, cannot get close enough to him. Actually, he can to get the Infernal Blade. Yaphets again, turning just to lead that cheeky, sticky napalm.
That is a lot of damage, though. You've got to be careful in July. Sunstrike is still available. Cicada going to go make his move for this mid tower.
Okay, Team Secret have just had enough. Like, we're not taking a fight, we're just going to try and take towers. I took the tier 1 tower on bottom. Now they've burned the fortification. Kezu's ready to initiate. They've got the best vision on the map in this area. Everything to the north they see, everything else could be hookshotted by Kezu.
They shouldn't give up this tier 2 tower at bottom, though. This is a significant tower. It was a full HP tower. I guess they don't have any TPs, so they don't go for it. But it is unfortunate that they lose that.
And they just don't want to fight the Lycan. Is that it? Like they feel like Lycan's hit a point, or he's strong. We've seen the Lycans at least. Like, I'm going to use Arteezy because I've cast 3 of his Lycan games already, where he goes for this early necro block. Hey Puppy, get a courier now. Actually,
all been worth it.
Yeah. Okay, Puppy now has a purpose again. But it's the fact that you get these necro. Like, he just rushes necro on the Lycan, and it's around this time he does so much damage and so much push power. But this is a not that type of Lycan. In fact, he was looking at Diffusal Blade, now he switched himself to Echo Saber.
Yeah, I don't know why he was opting to go for the Diffusal at first. I feel like he needs a little bit more damage more than anything. Or to turn himself into a Roche-taking hero, which Echo Saber does for you. I think going for the Necro build, though, doesn't really have a lot of viability here. Just because the Storm doesn't care about that, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, you're going to want to put yourself into a build where you're going to go with Blissful Blade. And that's going to be a Storm with a Bloodstone.
Good observer watches MidOne very, very closely, and X marks the spot. They'll commit the Conquer ship, low cooldown, and X marks. I was a little bit late to pull him in. Tricks of the trade as well. Smoke screen from Puppy causing a couple of problems, but not enough. Invoker is still doomed up. Kezu has hookshotted himself forward, and Puppy back into the fight. Puts down the smoke screen on top of the Conquer, trying to give Kezu any chance to fight.
They at least
Puppy
get
gets scouted
dogfights?
out. They get dogfights, but they won't get anything else. It's a 3-for-1 trade-off. Space for Yaphets and MP to farm, and that is all.
Yeah, immediate TP out by the Lich. Storm gonna go grab his Bloodstone, immediately gonna go into the Orchid. This is quite a farm Storm now. He has solo kill potential on pretty much everybody, as long as he's got one person with him.
All he's looking to
Yaphets up at top, he's got the Bloodstone. Charges would be good, but
they don't
know that he's alone.
They don't have clear vision.
If Yaphets moves into the left of this, though, that'd be quite dangerous.
He's just... they see him for a second while Flamebreaker's
he's gonna see him now.
Yeah, they definitely know, and there's your jump. Stolen Spirit, goodbye Bat Rider. He came in for just one more wave push. That's all he wanted with the Flamebreak, and, well, it cost him his life.
Just a little bit too greedy. Cicada, good game sense there, decides to go for it. Goes for the good talent tree, too.
You can understand why he did do it. Like, that Blink Dagger was so close.
Was he close? Yeah,
he was getting pretty close. If he could farm this wave and then just back up into the jungle, he would have had it for the next fight.
Yep. But going for that extra creep wave always gets you killed, Toby.
It does. Puppy to the bottom lane. If you get a little of extra help, it's going to be the hookshotted in Kezu to catch Paparazzi, but they have to keep him controlled. Smoke Screen at least does wonders against the Lincoln Sphere because he doesn't care.
Yeah. Would like to see him get out of here, though. Feel like Paparazzi, don't need those 2 creeps. Doesn't really change the impact of the game. The rest of your team is shoving out lanes right now. So Secret only have one move to make right now, Toby. If you look at it, just because they are shoving in mid, they still got this tower. This top area is being shoved in by Cicada, and if no one's responding to either of these lanes, then just by some logical deductions, you can assume that they're bottom. That's a very educated guess.
Well, Sunstrike gets us from Team Secret. The Roshan's happening in July. Was already taking way too much damage. KheZu wants the hook shot. Puppey is body blocking him for the moment. And they've lost their vision. They just jump in. KheZu wafts the hook shot well away. He'll get the cogs down, but the kill's already happened. As you said, the Batrider dies up on top. Puppey, another courier snipe.
Get it.
Yep. And run away.
That's a max backstab hit.
And MP as well as MidOne are going to try and force IG Vitality to come back. There is a catapult here, and they're already back. Dogfights as well as Paparazzi here for the defense.
Still absolutely not worth it. You get a courier, but you lose a Batrider who... Toby, remember how close he was to his Blink Dagger? He's getting increasingly further away.
Yeah.
Has no space on the map to farm. Because this Invoker also has to farm. I talked about it yesterday. I said Invoker has a lot of empty net worth. Because at the end of the day, you've got a Hannah Midas and an Aghanim Scepter, but you've got no defensive items. You need this Aghanim Scepter minimum to get into fights to begin with. And at the same time, you still want your team to set up fights for you, but this Clockwork initiation against these kinds of cores of IG Vitality just simply isn't enough anymore. They need the Batrider to get this Blink Dagger to do something.
Oh, Tornado! Won't reach, and he didn't have his hook shot.
There's a BKB up now too on the Doom.
God damn.
It doesn't get easier.
It really does not. But at the same time, I'm still wondering, like Team 2 could still believe fully, and I think they are, still in this game, because you're running the Hand of Midas on both the Lycan as well as the Invoker. They're still efficiently farming up, and Yapsaw just needs to get his Blink Dagger, and he's going to do his job as a support. Jump in, get the lasso on like a half-decent target, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Cogs to split up the fight. Puppey just being the nuisance that he is. Take out couriers. They drop a sentry ward. As Puppey broke the smoke, the dust will hit on him. Puppey dies, nothing of value.
Welcome back. It's time now for game number 2 of Team Liquid versus LGD. A strong start for LGD, the team coming out of the Chinese qualifiers as they take a, I don't know, convincing, impressive game 1. Definitely some great individual plays from Maybe, some good team play strategy.
This is not the only game that they were really impressive.
Yeah.
Like the past series we casted, they were like very disciplined. They knew what they needed to do with their lineups. They were doing all the right things. And, you know, Maybe, as usual, doing his flashy things, and the rest of the team just playing around the draft and playing around him.
We won't talk about the series earlier today where they got 2-0. I didn't actually see it myself.
As usual, doing his flashy things, but it was and the rest of the team just playing around during lunch, like it's playing around the draft and playing around him. Sometimes,
we won't talk about the series
because they know each other really well. There's going to be like
as
usual, doing his flashy things, but it was the rest of the team just playing around during lunch, like it's playing around the draft and playing around him. Sometimes,
we won't talk about the series
because they know each other really well. There's going to be like as usual, doing his flashy things, but it was the rest of the team just playing around during lunch, like it's playing around the draft and playing around him. Sometimes,
we won't talk about the series.
They know each other really well. There's going to be like doing his flashy things, but it was the rest of the team just playing around during lunch, like it's playing around the draft and playing around him. Sometimes the game with the AA, with the Tusk this time round.
They won't get the
Sometimes the game with the AA, deal with the Tusk this time round. The pesky Whiz, they're not afraid. They're really not afraid of fighting against their IO.
I guess they know if they ever get a good initiation, they don't have to worry about the IO heal saving, like once you get to the mid game. Obviously in the laning stage that can still be very scary, and we'll see the same trend with the bans. Let's target Matu's heroes, those kind of safe laners that don't need help, don't need support. I think we'll see the same too. But Liquid, we'll see if there's any changes up from them. Whether they designate a hero like the Queen of Pain as a major problem, something that just they couldn't deal with, and yep, it will be the Queen of Pain. Can't really blame them on that one. See what Liquid's adjustments for their picks are going to be. I don't imagine we'll see another try of the Brood this game. Not to say it was a complete failure, but it's one of those things where I don't think you want to go back with a game 2.
I don't even think he played like anything like wrongly or badly. It's just that the nature of the hero, that's how the hero works. You can snowball very hard early, like...
Well, they banned it, so we definitely won't be seeing it.
I don't know, but it's just like... they do not want to get caught up by anything else. And this time, I think Wisp plus Spirit Breaker. I mean, it's actually quite similar. Last game they Wisp Tusk and Spirit Breaker is quite similar in what they do in the early game. But Spirit Breaker, I would say, is much stronger with the Brute. I like Spirit Breaker with the Brute more because you have the global charge range and it's easier for you to set up an opportunity for a Brute to kill someone. But regardless, LGD does not want to deal with it. They feel like we have a much better system, we can beat them. We just don't want to get caught up by something unorthodox or something that we don't fully understand ourselves.
With really thinking through this last ban of theirs before we go into the next picking stage. Sven was the carry of choice for Ame last game. They're going to ban the Bat, something they banned 5th last game. One of 11's best heroes, I would say. And it will open up for Void. I don't know if he still is, but at the end of yesterday, he was the most picked tournament hero of the tournament.
Yeah, he's quite good in the meta because the meta revolves around like team fight, like good lane, good in the lane, good team fight, can jungle a little bit, and Void is a multi-role hero nowadays. Back in the day, he's like mostly an off lane, but nowadays you see. I mean, we even saw like a mid Void by KO, but I'm not a fan of that. But yeah. Void is generally like multi-role. You can go safe lane, you can go off lane. So it's quite like, you know, when we talk about LGD picking the first 4 heroes previously, when they pick their core heroes, because they are trying to keep their options open. But this game is a bit more different because it's the Tusk generally is a position for. So they are trying to, if they are gonna move their roles around, it's gonna be the safe lane and the off lane because it's a Void.
You talk about going back and Void being traditionally an offlaner. That was 11's hero back in the old eHome days when he was playing offlane.
He was playing a lot of Tusk as well back then.
Tusk, Void, but he was fantastic on the hero. That was when eHome, I think, won MDL and went into one of the Valve majors as one of the top favorites. It was off of this hero. Liquid now will grab the Lycan, staple hero. It gets through this game unbanned. The Brood being the replacement, they're going to snag it up.
You know what? Time for Timbersaw. 3 strength heroes. Timber's great against Lycan. he's like quite a weak hero nowadays because it's very hard to pick Timbersaw. You really need to.
I'm not a fan of the Timbersaw.
Yeah, Timbersaw is like a hero that's very hard to win with. You need to pick him in a really good situation to be able to utilize the hero.
Definitely has some issues. They're going to go for the Axe again.
Yeah, Axe is also quite good.
Safe lane Void.
Quite good against Lycan in the lane and in the game itself.
Yep.
Very annoying for Lycan. Because you don't want to go up against heroes that can stop you. Like they basically right now they have 2 heroes that can control you through BKB. 3 heroes, including the Tusk, the Punch. So it's gonna be very annoying for Lycan. Void carry. So they have the Void carry, offlane Axe. Pretty much everything set in stone right now. Their last pick has to be their mid hero. And see what does Liquid respond to this. They're still tied. Tied is pretty good against Void, I'd say. Because when the Void, like neither one wants to be the person that moves. Ooh, so it's gonna be off.
Who is the offlaner? Is it the Phoenix or the Spirit Breaker?
Should be the. Actually, either one is almost the same. Like you get pretty much. I think if you want better lanes, you put an off lane Phoenix and a position for Bara. Position for Spirit Breaker can actually do more, I feel.
Yes. But at the same time, Phoenix struggles more in the offlane. He's not as tanky as a Spirit Breaker.
Why did they pick Phoenix? Is it just for the heal when they jump in with the Void to focus someone and the Axe call? Then you have the Sunray to heal and keep. No, that's A. Okay,
I was going to say it gives them some team fight, but Tidehunter would have given them some
Tide
team fight.
would be nice against the Void.
If they're picking for the team fight, the Tide is there. The heal is unreliable, like you say, against the AA. It seems like an odd pick in some ways.
Why is Phoenix? I'm trying to figure out why. Not very sure, to be honest.
Maybe it is just Liquid. I mean, it is the group stage. We have seen teams kind of try out and experiment a bit with some picks. Last game, I feel like, the carry Monkey King.
Unless they're doing IO plus Spirit, like Spirit Breaker is their off lane, and they have this IO Spirit Breaker to press. Because look at their lanes right now. It's going to be a Void A safe lane. Maybe they are trying to, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to go and fight the lane.
I'm picked up for the mid lane.
Either way, I think if they do like a Phoenix off lane, it's going to be quite weak for them.
Ursa mid. They want the lane matchup
Oh my
advantage
God.
for maybes.
It's not only the lane matchup, it's a counter pick to the egg as well, because you have the overpower.
Yep.
You destroy the egg.
And it's pretty good against the Lycan if you can lock him
It's good
down.
against all their heroes.
It doesn't pair well with the Void. That's the one thing I'd say. Right now, both their other core heroes, 3 of their heroes don't do well with Void.
Depends on how
but-
you look at it, because you can have the Axe jump on someone.
Yep.
The Ursa focuses the Axe target, and Void disables the other target.
Sure.
Like, you can go to the back line, you stop the relocate, you stop the charge or the Phoenix.
Yeah.
You don't have to go on the same heroes. It's how you play around it.
We saw that a lot where Void used to be picked a lot with Sven, where Void
Jeez.
would lock some heroes down, Sven would get some
Think about
others.
it. Chilling touch on Ursa with overpower. And one guy's dead.
That just hits the spot, Winter. That sounds
Oh
beautiful.
my god, that is so painful.
It sounds like you're really on board with LGD's draft right now.
Yeah,
Strong lanes, really good synergy in
like
some ways.
Liquid has to like outplay their opponents a lot to win this game. I think, or maybe they somehow can they sneak? Nah, they can't sneak.
Maybe
yeah,
they have
3
some
melee.
idea that we're not seeing.
I'm not sure though, but it's gonna be a mind control Phoenix. So their lanes are gonna be quite weak, I think. I'm really very surprised. Let's see, like let the game play out. Then maybe we can understand why Phoenix is picked over a lot of other heroes as they're off lane this game.
Here we go.
It does have synergy with the, their Ember. Like Ember starts with a chain on someone, and then Phoenix just uses the Sun Ray. That's a lot of damage, like a setup for you. But either way,
Feels like the Fire Spirits could be very pesky this game for a lot of these heroes.
not against the Ursa.
Yeah, more for the Void, but
Definitely not the Ursa. X doesn't give a shit about that. So they actually TP'd the offlane out, so he has 2 observer wards. Didn't smoke, so he doesn't see anyone. He puts a ward here. This is a very good ward for playing against Spirit Breaker, because you want to see whether he's charging you or he's moving away to charge mid.
Yep.
And the other observer should be placed around the mid lane or the river area. So
I don't think it was meant to get both. Misclick, I'm guessing. Yeah, he gives it
yeah,
back to
probably.
the Tusk.
Yeah, the other ward should be around the river area, whereas for Liquid, let's look at their observer wards. They have one around a pretty similar spot to what LGD plays. This ward is to protect the offlaner, and it doesn't block the camp on purpose, so they don't want LGD to know.
I feel like LGD, from what we've seen, have to be one of the best teams with their level 1 TPs and movements. We saw last game the Knicks baiting around.
Yeah.
Feels like they just have a playbook of level 1 strats for when they spawn, where they put their wards, where they TP to, whether they smoke, exactly what they're going to do. We're going to see some more. Look, game 1, Victoria did this.
Yeah, he did this move. I was gonna say he was doing the same move, but
And he's like, oh, let's scare him away and pretend it's the same thing. But this time around, LGD only have 2 heroes top. They're actually
they're gonna try and the rune.
taking quite a bit of damage. The Void did manage to get the bottom one, so 3 runes go LGD's way.
Oh, Yao's in trouble.
The charge is there. He will get back to his tower. Can he throw a cold feed? He doesn't get it off. Will he now? Kuro. Actually, they do the cold feed on mind control. They're going for Kuro underneath the tower there.
That is actually rather strange. I'm sure he would have at least gotten 1 kill there if he. Yeah, he would have definitely killed the Spirit Breaker there.
Bit of an odd one as Kuro.
Okay, Korea. Who's gonna get the? Who's gonna get?
Kuro's going to suicide here, right? Yeah.
No, Victoria was trying to kill the courier back then.
Oh, did not see that one. Did he smoke for it?
Yeah, he did. Everyone's like quite ready for that nowadays.
Yeah, it's happened so many times.
VP started it a lot back then. Solo would be like smoking as a disruptor, a warlock, trying to kill the courier with those unconventional heroes so that people are not aware of it. So lane-wise right now, Io is going to be helping out Miracle because he's in a quite difficult matchup against the Ursa. He's going to need as much help as he can. Mind Control going to be left to his own devices, and I imagine Kuro will be also focusing on helping the mid lane here. Because Lycan doesn't need too much of help.
We'll struggle a bit against the Axe, I feel.
Yeah, it's a difficult matchup again.
Yep. See the call come out top as Matu will take some harass, but it's mid lane where the charge is coming in. It looks like they can get this kill. The shards onto 3. Victoria.
I can't really fight them.
I can't fight them, but does get GH fairly low here, so not all too bad. You see the early Spirit Breaker moves until he gets level 2. Not really all too effective here. Mind Control wanting to go for this Yao kill. If he needs to hug his tower here, the charge is coming in. Yao, okay, he didn't actually get the dive.
That was actually not that worth it. That was not worth it.
Kuro barely gets the kill. He's going to look for a TP out. Is there a bash? Is there a bash? Arme, come on, go for that third right click. He's going to go one more right click.
And Victoria, 2-minute rune gonna be at bottom area, so GH not gonna be able to snag a rune here, but he has to be very, very careful. Ice Shard's gonna block him off.
Oh, nicely played. Where is that Ursa? You need to get back in here. The tether away is going to be there. Maybe just, he kind of went back to the mid lane. I don't think he realized that they were going to get that block. He wants to go and stop that bottom rune. Actually, the bottom rune already has been picked up. He's going for the kill.
Supports are gonna get picked up.
Both supports go down. Ursa will get away just
Life
fine.
of a support Parker. That's what you get, you know. Dying in the lane, trying to help your core.
The lane's looking, but so far going pretty well for LGD.
Double bash.
Oh, well, GH cancelled his tether. A rare mistake coming out from the IO player.
Bash.
Has a fairy fire. He will survive. GH costing.
That was quite
there.
costly, to be honest.
Accidentally cancelling the tether.
That would have actually gave them that, I think, the extra damage that they needed.
Yep. At least some, I mean, it's extra chase potential and even extra attack speed with the overcharge.
On the other hand, with all the action happening in mid lane, 11 is happily farming away, and this time he's gonna get a Vanguard. First item on the axe because of the lane. Easy lane. And bottom lane, this Phoenix is just chasing.
He used dive. He may just. Well, he should die here.
Okay.
Does he get the kill first? No, he does not. But it looks like the Spirit Breaker charge may be enough for the Sal from Arme. He's being a bro. He knows something is likely coming their way, as Kuro's charge will be cancelled.
I'll be your bro too. I'll give you myself. No worries.
No, Winter. I'm supporting you.
I'll give you a bottle charge and a self. I promise.
Commended.
So, right now, laning wise, I consider this lane a win for the Axe. Mid lane, Ursa is winning as well. Actually, more of like quite break even. They're actually quite even.
It does feel that way. Miracle's getting gone on here. We'll need some support from GH. Gets it at the last minute with a bit of a heal bomb there. Coming in with the tether salve. He really was waiting.
Why is he not dying? Okay, that's a Howl. Okay, that is the Howl.
The tether with the Howl. That's where that insane heal
I was like,
came from.
how come he just gained so much HP? Okay, Howl.
Yeah, when I say heal bomb, I was like, wait. I looked at the eye. I was like, he doesn't have a magic wand. He doesn't have anything there. That was some insane coordination with the tether plus
200,
Howl.
level 2 Howl, 200 HP at night, sure.
It was funny because GH was literally just sitting on the cliff. He could have tethered a good 2 seconds earlier, but he was really trying to bait LGD in.
Yeah, their teamwork has been really good, like between the two. Like even on the previous game where they had the PAIO, they're very good at baiting their opponents into a very like they would just play the hero to the limit, and you think the moment you think you can kill him, that's the moment you're gonna die. Look at this Axe having a sweet old time here. The Lycan.
Crushing the lane, a full level advantage here.
Phoenix on the other hand, bottom lane not doing so well. He has some levels, but not doing too good in terms of getting last hits and farm in the lane.
Just may need to be careful here with the Tusk showing up and 11 hitting level 6.
Still a pretty hard kill though, not that easy because he's quite high in terms of the HP department, and now he's level 5.
3 points in passive.
Level 5 is the point where the Lycan very difficult to push him out of the lane. Mid lane. Us.
They gotta go on this IO. Yeah, there you go. They know it. They're like, we gotta find this IO and bring him down. Tether is up. They won't get a chance to use it though. Yao gonna turn, drop the Colby here.
Fight. Here comes the Phoenix.
Oh, these fire spirits. They can't really right click all too easily other than the Ursa perhaps. There's one more overpower to work around, but I think he just needs to get the hell out. Kuro.
Wow, is that bash thing?
Yeah, he's going for the shrine. He's like, I need to get back to safety. Miracle wants the Searing Chains. He's not gonna get it though. Maybe going to look to fight through the shrine. I don't think that's going to work out well. It's a TP coming in from the AA. They've got to, again, they need to deal with this IO if they want to turn and fight. They can't focus the tethered target.
Here comes the Void with Chrono.
Oh no, this is dangerous. Void. Long TP, but he's got Chrono. Will he look to use it? Doesn't look like he wants to. He actually doesn't have mana after Time Walk. Back in the left side, it's going to be Victoria going down, and Void's TP ineffective.
Dear.
He didn't have the mana, Winter. So we've seen you calculate for that TP where you're like, well, I've got TP ultimate, but you didn't have the 40 mana to use a Time Walk as well.
So great exchange there for Liquid, having the numbers advantage there. Mind Control joining in. Didn't have a very good laning phase. That's what you do, you know, as an off lane. Laning phase not going so well. Try to help your team. Don't try to just like, some players would make the mistake of
Trying to jungle.
control, no, trying to sit in their lane too much, or jungle sometimes. Jungle inefficiently, and another charge.
They want this Ursa. He's not level 6. Going in deep, the Searing Chains will be there. Ursa going to be brought down. Liquid just diving for kills now.
This is bad.
Now crushing this top lane. This may pressure 11. He hasn't actually gone for the Vanguard just yet. He may actually go just straight into the Blink Dagger. If his team's getting overrun, then it may just
he might get a kill here. Spin. Spin.
Catch the AA going down first, and 11 at top did get a solo kill on Matu's Lycan. Back at mid, the fight continues. Maybe he's respawned. This game just a complete bloodbath with Kuro trying to charge out, but yes! Cancelled by Tusk. Victoria will potentially secure this kill. Fire Spirit's going to make it a little bit hard, but there we go. Ursa with the overpower. Comes in.
Get the block.
And he has not got dive. He's got magic stick charges. Can they get out of this one? The Howl is on cooldown still, but maybe does not have the damage to get this kill right now.
He's trying very hard to get his team back into the game here. Like 2 good spell usages there, but unfortunately only netting 1 kill.
So it looked like while that's going on, bottom tower went down, and Axe with the solo kill up top almost has a Blink Dagger now, Winter. Yeah. Can they kill him before he finishes it?
Oh no, it's gonna be a big kill.
2.1k. This creep wave, 20 gold short, he will not get there. Right before the blink came up.
It's okay, still
looking at like a 9-minute blink.
Yeah, he's still gonna get it. He's still gonna get it. I think it's still a good decision that he chose to hold on to buying the Vanguard, because like suddenly the game like didn't go so well for them, and he's gonna be able to get a dagger to help.
Suddenly his team needs him. If his team were doing fine without him, get the Vanguard. You're tanky, you're unkillable, you can push top lane, but
if he gets the Vanguard, then he's gonna hold his lane very well, and his team is gonna be able to like when you go for a lane holding item, you want your team to come to your lane to kill. But right now he needs to move. So getting the dagger. With this kill, no, not gonna get this kill.
Away from Kuro.
Yeah.
They may still be able to find him. No, he's gonna go for the TP.
No, he's gonna just finish his blink right now on the Axe. Not lucky enough with the spins there, needed 1 more to go for a kill. But either way, he's gonna get his dagger.
Feels like the AA's level 6 may be the next big thing that LGD want. Yeah. For the Blink Dagger on Axe, you really want to have that Ice Blast follow-up.
And this time, Yao manages to find the ward by Kuro. Kuro had like 3 good observer wards around the middle area because they were playing the mid lane so much. Like
that's not a Blink Dagger, Winter.
Huh, he changed his mind? Wait.
Vanguard either, by the way.
Hood's pretty good against the Ember and the Phoenix.
Definitely a good Hood game. It also only cost him a little bit to complete.
Yeah, because he already had the ring. Yeah, he already had the ring, so it's not gonna slow his dagger timing too much. I think he still feels like the team is gonna be able to hold the game right now, and he can go for a much more like lane focused item.
It's also maybe because he knows that they don't have Ice Blast yet, so he's like, if I get a Blink Dagger, I've got no Ice Blast to hold me up. Let me try and finish this one.
Yeah, they don't have enough damage to get a hit because. And the other reason could also be the tower. Oh, mid lane, Yao getting picked off. But the other reason could be the tower at the top lane being quite low, so you want to stay in your lane more to finish the tower before you start moving. That could also be a reason why. But either way, his dagger is going to come in the next 1 minute, 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes maybe. Right now, Liquid is still feeling much comfort in the mid lane because the Axe does not have any dagger to try and initiate on them.
The Ember is fairly safe as a result. 11 will, like you say, continue to pressure this tower. Has a siege creep now, so this should be enough to finish this tier 1 tower. This is going to be the 2nd tower for LGD, and we haven't really seen Liquid take any themselves. Charge. Oh, they've caught Yao again. He really wants this level 6, but wherever he goes, he's getting jumped on. I don't think maybe can help him. Perhaps looking for some revenge kills, get snowballed in. There is a Chronosphere as well. They take out the support IO. Will they go for the Chrono Arme? He pump fakes it as Miracle does Remnant away.
Don't think you will kill him even if he falls on here.
Oh, they lose the... Oh, he gets the tower and then gets away. Arme could have thrown a Chrono there and caught him.
Nah, their team is too far away.
Yeah.
Can't kill him.
Would have had...
I think Ursa got the deny. Yeah, Ursa denied the tower. Maybe denied the tower. He did not get the tower.
And Phoenix denied the top tower. Mind control. Not rotating it for that one. Getting some alone time trying to finish off his Midas. Now being used. Maybe he's just going to enrage his way out of that Searing Chains. But here comes Matu. Wolf is at your door as Arme. That shrine there. Only a cost to using that here. Would be looking for a Chronosphere opportunity.
Poor Yao. That kill was actually not worth it anymore because the AA is like so low level and the Spirit Breaker was level 6.5. So taking that kill that kill was actually not worth it.
Blink call, the blink reveal 11 with a max range blink. Trying to needs one more spin. He's oh, didn't get the ulti off.
Didn't get the spin. I mean, didn't get the chop.
He got the blink, the last spin at such a late time that I think he didn't expect to get the kill.
Sometimes you just.
Oh, he cancelled the TP.
The real kid. Oh, they just wanted to. Jebaited.
What a play! Mind control, cancelling the
snowball.
TP.
Snowball.
Okay, keeps him alive for now. Where's this snowball going? It's going to go back and actually saves 11's life. High-level plays coming from both. There's a relocate out.
Okay, now I'm alone and I cancel my TP. I have no dive.
He's fine, Winter. He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah, of course he's fine. Parker. Of course he's fine.
You know, that was definitely the unexpected move. He definitely baited the axe in, caught us by surprise and 11 by surprise.
At least he was the only one dying, Parker. You know, he did not bring anyone else down.
I think players like that, the takeaway for me with Liquid is they really trust each other and they're on the same page. The team play they're showing here, even though it doesn't work out, is fantastic.
They need a lot of bashes here. No.
Void has a Chronosphere and now has an axe to back him up.
What if he actually bashed another time and he got his ulti off? Bash, and bash another time and the Void died. That was the only way they could have killed him.
There was a way, is what you're saying, so it was worth going for if there was a way. Kuro getting more D-wards down. Kuro's one of those players, like, as a support, you just want to watch his replays and see where he wards, because he seems to me more than, like, so many 5 positions, just get down these deep, pesky wards that don't get found.
I think he's gonna get...
I mean, he's gonna get found with the wards, though.
Away to victory. Snowball? Okay. Okay.
The nature of the way he just gets into these deep positions.
He's still trying to run.
He's still trying to run.
Doesn't give up.
Right? He does not give up. 11 will execute him though.
Space, just space. So now Lycan's pressuring the bottom tower. Yeah. He got. I don't think his ward will get removed because when the area that they ran into him, they probably think that the ward is around the cliff area. Yeah, near the cliff and the lane area.
Oh, they're smoking bottom. They're pretending to push mid, but they're actually smoking bottom to get Matu.
Mind games, bro.
Ame needs to be careful. He was silenced for a little bit. No, they're going to smoke back mid. I think Ame made the call, like, wait a second, guys. They're actually mostly here.
Oh, the Lycan TP'd away. That's fine.
Oh, they're going into... Okay, they check out Roche, but not something LGD were actually going for. He really thought that Ursa was in there.
He popped his wolf bomb, though.
That's a call. They've caught the Ember Spirit and quickly bring him down. Ayu's actually relocated in as well. That's an easy Chronosphere kill for Ame. There's nothing for Phoenix to do other than dive out of there. Maybe is in hot pursuit.
Okay, he is actually going in.
Should he be afraid here? Perhaps. Has the enrage. Won't see a Spirit Breaker ultimate as it was on cooldown. Perhaps he should have just gone for Roshan there, which maybe was some wasted time.
Yeah, actually you're right. They should have just gone for Roche after the 2 quick hits on the Aya and the Ember. Slide over Zealous there by LGD because they had a haste on Ursa. They killed 2 heroes. Obviously you were gonna try to, can we get more? I'm going in, I have haste. That's like the general thing that you would try to get an extra kill for your team. And they were trying to get the it might have been a Lycan kill, like they were trying to chase the Lycan as well, so but still, going for the Roche there was obviously the better play. In hindsight.
Scan, gonna see some hero on the high ground that is old 11's axe.
Wait, where are their wards though? They don't have. They have one. Okay, they have one ward on the top area. LGD does not have much because they want to get Roche next though. They don't have and the mid lane tower. They don't have any vision to scout the area. Whereas looking at Liquid's vision, they have one ward around the mid area, one ward at the. Oh, they actually know there's some vision there, but
they can't find it. He's missed 2 sentries in a row now, and he's gonna get charged. He's like, I didn't D-ward, and you saw me to get this charge off. You kind of mentioned it. Like, Kuro's going to get this ward, got that ward down, and when he got found, they're not going to find the D-ward. And
yeah, because he died in a weird area away from his ward. Snowball? Oh, he dodges the charge.
Dodges the charge, gets the ultimate off. Ame is in the neighborhood, but without an ultimate, may not be able to do too much. Kuro's kind of alone for now, but a potential relocate in.
He's dead. Is he?
Blocked. Blink call. And maybe bring him down. The burst damages are going to be enough. There goes the egg. Liquid, they want to fight this one. They're going to try and burst down the egg with the Ursa ultimate. They do bring it down. Chronosphere isn't up just yet. Victoria locking them in the shards. The Ice Blast is good. It's on point. He doesn't get the Spirit Breaker though. Barely missed. That would have been the kill there, but it's still looking great for Liquid. As Arme, deep in his base, needs that shrine. Will get some heals. The buybacks come in. Oh, the call.
Oh, he cancelled. The chain cancelled the call.
But the Chronosphere will make up for it. Can they bring down Miracle's Ember Spirit? He hasn't got Renders, but he gets relocated out. IOG8's there to save the day. The buyback coming in from Old 11's Axe.
That was a good buyback.
Yes.
Otherwise, the Void would have died.
Making sure he can punish the aggression of Liquid. GH trying to tether his way out to a wolf. Man, did he fly out. And he TP'd home! GH! What? Oh, I didn't even see.
How?
You can't even tell he was TPing there because he's just tethering. That was absolutely insane. He tethered so far because the wolf just kept running.
Okay, that was a 10k play right there, Parker.
You know, when 9k means 9k, they do their little fusion dance. Matu and GH there, and they created more than an 18k MMR play with that one.
They are the highest average MMR team here, right?
Absolutely, yes, they are. Liquid, as far as
maybe not.
MMR.
Maybe EG is the highest. I remember looking at the sheet.
No, I think Liquid's number one. EG's not as high as maybe people would think, because Sumail's actually not as high as MMR as some of the other mids.
He's 8500. I just played with him in a pub like 2 days ago.
Well,
if you are saying 8500 is not high enough, then
no,
yeah.
I mean, Liquid, they've got 3 9Ks. EG have 1. Come on now, Winter. That's some NA math right there.
NA math? NA don't even count.
Well, LGD are going to smoke up. They want to secure themselves Roche after that fight. No Chronosphere just yet. Are they going to go into Roche? The Wolf scouting potentially posing a threat. It looks like they want to try and find the top
25 seconds before they have Chrono though.
Yeah, it's a pick before Roche. They're going to... Oh, do they see Matu?
Blink.
Goes for the ultimate. The Blink call is there. They need to focus down this egg, and they'll do so with ease. They also will finish off Matu. It looks like he can't be healed up because of the Ice Blast. 11 gets low. Not low enough to be brought down. The Wolves are going to keep cancelling his Blink. Off to the side, it's Miracle. Going back in, wants this Ursa. Ursa going to turn and fight. May need to change targets to this Io, but Io's just positioning, hiding them around. Maybe has no choice but to stand his ground and fight, and that's a fight he's going to lose. Great play from GH's Io. 11 going to blink in. Doesn't have an ultimate, but has a right click.
Oh, relocate. They have Chrono.
Well, Chrono and run.
He actually wasn't going to... Oh, I thought he was going to try to kill the Wisp.
Oh, he finds 11. Oh. Nice play from Miracle.
So, all in all, victory for Liquid. They got 4 kills. Chrono expanded in the end. So, cooldown wise, they both used their big spell, the Supernova and the Chrono.
Tough game to be a Phoenix when you're versing the Ursa who's just focusing down your egg every fight, but we'll catch another glimpse of it here. They did manage to end up getting him in the Blink call, and the egg died so fast. The big issue for LGD was once...
They didn't kill the Lycan, yeah? Yeah, I think they did.
They killed him right away. They had the Ice Blast on. The problem was the Ember just kited around the Ursa. Like, Ursa had to use his ultimate to kill the egg, and then this Ember Io, like, he can't kill the Ember when he's got the Io backing him up.
Jeez. A very, very close fight there.
Oh, Ember has a Yule Scepter too as a first time. One item you've talked about before as being a great tool to kite around an Ursa.
It's very good against the Void too. You need something to remove the time dilation.
Yep.
As Ember Spirit is very annoying.
Can also be very good against Axe when he has a blade
mail. Here we
mail.
go. They're gonna go in. Supernova is off cooldown, but Chrono is still on cooldown for 50 seconds. Good, good control of the ultimate timings here by Liquid.
Yep. They're gonna focus down the initiator, the Axe first, and oops.
Yep, placing down a vision when you're going to invade an enemy territory. If the smoke sees a hero, kills a hero,
Question is, can they take Roche? I want to feel. It feels like they don't quite have.
I don't think they can.
The damage for it. They've got Necro 2.
If Roche is gonna happen, it's probably gonna be LGD taking it with the Ursa. But Ursa not being able to take Roshan after 21 minutes, I would say Liquid has done a good job in that regard.
We'll take the T2 tower.
Yeah, right now Chrono's gonna be available, so LGD is gonna be able to fight if they choose to go for it. Not waiting on any big items. I think right now Ursa not too near his defusal, has his dagger. Like this A is just dying every fight, so he won't have any items. Victoria is trying to get his dagger for saving his team. Dagger snowball. Gonna be very useful.
The dire support's just getting a bit more freedom to get items and
Yeah,
get some
just
farm
look at
for
what Liquid are
themselves.
doing. Just look at what they're doing. This is a very good example of how to play Dota. They put a ward here, and they're just camping around their vision. They're playing with their vision. And someone just dead. Like, this is what they should be doing.
Yep, AA comes up looking to deward it.
Yep.
Quickly
Good Dota right there. Good Dota. Play with your vision. Just camp. Yeah, you don't want to just place a ward and then leave. You want to stay in the area, and whoever comes over. The AA was just trying to. He knows they were there before, right? He was just trying to go there, place a sentry, reclaim the area. But unfortunately, high ground and enemies waiting there, so that is a freebie.
Well, they're going to get multiple towers off
Dota
of it.
101 Parker.
Fight around your vision. Really noted. I'll be a 9k MMR player in no time. LGD are going to watch the map shrink before their eyes as they lose tower after tower.
This Ursa needs BKB though, I feel, this game. He can't fight without a BKB.
He's got it queued up as his next item pickup. Or the defusal for the time being.
He's like always getting kited by the Ember, the chains. Very annoying. Then there's the Spirit Breaker charge. Like, there's so many things that can stop him from doing DPS in combat. And like you said as well, like the Void and another melee heroes, it's not gonna be very easy for them to use the Chrono to do high DPS with the Ursa.
They need to be the ones getting the jump themselves. We see Ember pick up a Shiver's Guard now. Very problematic item for these right-click heroes.
Then you get the level 20 talent plus 10 armor.
Oh boy.
Oh. It is good.
And we already saw the Ursa can struggle to bring him down the last few fights if Io's backing him up. He will.
Oh no, the Invis, the Scout,
Can't blink
the
away
man,
from this
the
one.
9k MMR.
Well, they want to go on maybe's Ursa. He's going to turn an ultimate. It's going to be Miracle on the backline getting the initial kills here. Needs to be careful. Has been hit by the Ice Plus. He gets relocated out just to make sure it goes okay.
Relocated out? Are you kidding? Then relocated in?
Forward, yeah. The relocate was like, you know, we'll pretend that Miracle's in trouble. No, we're actually going right at you. And LGD, no choice
How
but
are
to
they?
cede defeat for that fight.
I look at their heroes when they draft out, and I'm like, how is this gonna work? Like this one. Jeez.
I mean, this Ursa can't do anything in these fights anymore. He gets kited so badly. There's Halberd on Phoenix now. He's not going to be able to attack. He's not going to be able to
But then
move.
again, it's about like getting the initiation. Like whoever gets
Yeah.
the better initiation, like they technically have more. Like they have actually more initiators. They have Void, Tusk, and the Axe.
Yep.
So they need to find a way to get a better first move so that the Ursa can kill someone first.
Void's actually got a lot of farm. You see his net worth. He's up there, second to the Ember Spirit, but we're not really feeling his impact on the game right now just because of what you said about the initiation factor. Ame 2-0-8 has played a solid game. He's kept up and really excelled in farm, but can't find those openings to go in, and I think that goes back so much to the vision. Kuro's just given his team all this scouting information, as has Matu with the Lycan Wolf. They just smoked. They smoked on a Lycan Wolf. And that they saw the Lycan Wolf with the sentry. They as soon as I think they pinged it afterwards.
Should they just go in the Roche and kill the? Okay.
They know they got seen, but they're still going to do this. They need a sentry because there's another Lycan Wolf. There we go.
It's gonna be fast. No worries.
Yeah. Can they kill this in time? Are they going to risk it?
Okay, maybe not. Not fast enough.
Here come Liquid. Necrobook 3 is there. Matu going to get hit by the Chrono. Can they bring him down with the Ice Blast? It looks like that should happen.
Oh, the egg.
Oh, they didn't save him with the relocate. They bring him down. The egg is going to get ignored for now by LGD. They look to disengage. The Axe to the north being controlled by Kuro. It's caught in the call. And it looks like Liquid want to chase, continue to fight. 11 gets off the blade mail, but he's still going to go down. LGD take out Matu on the Lycan, and that will be it for them as Victoria barely TPs away. Oh, he used himself the double tap. Couldn't quite get there in time to cancel the TP.
Okay, who am I kidding? The Roche was not fast enough.
I mean, Liquid, as soon as they saw the smoke, knew that it could be an option. They sent another Wolf, and then they scout them out, and they instantly a 5-man
with the double damage, maybe. Oh no, he is actually screwed.
Yeah, he was maybe 0.2 seconds away from a TP out.
The two supports killing a core.
Securing the kill.
Just, you know, casually casing his supports, you know, why not?
He is.
You guys can't finish the kill, don't kid yourself. You need me to kill the Ursa.
Really has been a show of the mid laners so far this series. Game 1 we saw maybe's Queen of Pain go untouched. This game Miracle has got the one death, but 15-1-7. He has been quite the show starter. And it will be Liquid in the Roshan pit. Ice Blast coming in. Scouted out by the Dive Sentry. They knew that one was coming, so they did manage to mostly dodge it. Question is, can LGD get here in time? Void is on the other side of the map without Chronosphere.
There's no point going there though. Ursa is still there for 10 seconds.
And Ursa is dead.
Oh my god, Yao has had a horrific game, man. Like, such a horrible game.
14 deaths.
The charge, the Ember, like, you can't play against the hero.
We saw mid when, around the 8 to 10 minute mark, he was taking over the mid lane to try to get his level 6. He died like 3, 4, 5 times in a row just because Liquid recognized, like, this guy wants to come in and get level 6?
Yeah.
No, we're not going to allow that.
Iceman doesn't do very well against charges. Like Spirit Breaker, Ember Spirit. Face rushes, to be exact.
Yep. Well, for LGD, they need a big team fight coming out from the Void.
Yeah, I haven't seen like a good chrono. They need like a very, very good chrono. Let's say, I think they need to at least chrono heroes right now because they're losing the game. Like a single hero chrono is not gonna be enough anymore. They need like a universe chrono. You know what's a universe chrono? Like the heroes all at the edge of the chrono.
Yeah, 3 heroes, right?
2 or 3, but everything is at the edge of the chronosphere. So the Ursa, hey, nice chrono, bro.
He gets actually attack heroes.
Yeah, I actually think that he needs a universe chrono. Yeah, he definitely needs a universe chrono.
Good.
Let's see if he can get it in the next fight.
Gonna try and that one in the bud as they go on the aggressive themselves, headed towards that top lane, possibly looking to get down some more vision. Kuro, as
Smoke
he does.
And another deep ward, like good ward. This is again a good ward. You're winning. You want to have all these lane wards. There are like 2 wards around the Radiant area.
Whenever that's what you taught me, Winter.
Yep.
Dota 101.
Thank you, Parker. Thank you. I'm glad you were listening.
They're gonna fight around top lane or around this other ward. Charge coming in, Miracle. He's caught them on the
AA is dead again.
Is he?
Oh,
maybe
no.
gets out of there. Maybe does have an Aegis. Will he lose it to the backline? His Axe going in with the call, but he has not got much backup, and the Void needs to be careful. May just need a time walk out. He goes with the BKB. Can they actually focus down this egg? It's like, no. Mind Control is going to be just fine to get this one off. It's a great egg helping get a 3rd kill on the Axe, and now they are on the higher ground with the Sunray supporting them. Miracle still with Aegis in hand is just hiding them from behind. He uses himself to protect himself, and well, Phoenix is there to back him up. The Fire Spirit means Ursa's doing no damage. Chronosphere is nowhere to be seen.
The universe Chronosphere? Guess he didn't find an opportunity.
No, it really wasn't. Well, Winter, fight around the ward. They saw them retreating. They charged in. They had the vision. They saw the heroes they needed to.
Thank you, Parker. I'm glad you listened.
And, it worked.
I'm glad you listened. My advice didn't fall on deaf ears. Thank you, Parker.
Well, there's the Chronosphere. They're going to try and bring down Martu. Looks like they may be able to get him thanks to the Ice Blast. It's going to be close. He's ticking. It is brought down, but at what cost?
At what cost, Parker?
3 heroes dead on LGD's side in return, and
is that like 2 lanes? 50 seconds can? Yeah, they can. That's
GG. A strong showing coming out of both teams here. We saw LGD take game 1 and Liquid readjust things in game number 2.
Chronospheres are very underwhelming this game. For Liquid, they proved me wrong. Didn't really believe in their lineup that much. I was like, how is this gonna work? The offlane Phoenix, but yeah, it did work. The team fight gave them the good team fight that they needed with the Supernova, like the strong. Like he was like in a lot of fights a distraction. The Ursa overpowered, went for the egg first, and didn't get to kill the other, either the Lycan or the Ember Spirit. We
just saw Liquid play very fast tempo this game, despite the fact they were against heroes like Ursa.
I still think LGD's heroes are better. Like AA counters the Wisp heal, the Phoenix heal, and they have Ursa for the egg. Technically, they have. I think they have better heroes against what Liquid has, but Liquid played better.
I mean, the issue really was that vision factor. We saw Spirit Breaker always set up good fights.
Oh yeah. Vision-wise, Liquid definitely 1-0.
If LGD had the wards that Liquid had that game, I think they can get the good chronos off, the good blink call
and the Roshan. They didn't get Roshan.
The problem is Yao is the one doing the warding. He's an AA. Every time he went into ward, he died. He had 14 deaths this game. So, 16 deaths this game. He died a lot.
Okay, so for position 5 warders, you want to pick
Tell your
some
tusk to
tanky.
ward, you know. I think that was just the nature of. And one thing is, once you're at a warding deficit, it's a lot easier to protect your wards than it is to go out and set up those wards. So, well,
2 games of Dota, Parker.
absolutely. That is it for this series. We've got one more for you. I believe it's OG versus VP to round off the day here on the main stream. We'll be back with more action from TI7.
The sort of way to finish this game off? Do you want to wait until Roshan comes back up? Is it at all, scary giving them Hellraisers that much time to farm away, or is it pretty okay?
I think it's okay. They're not scared. Their mid T1 tower is still up, by the way, so they can just sit there and protect that, and then take fights from there.
Seven and 26, and where do you go at this point from Hellraisers looking forward to game number 2? I mean, granted, it's not over yet. Anything can happen in Dota, as we've seen time and again. But do you think that there was anything wrong with like their drafting and the way that they laned all of this?
Yeah, I mentioned at the start, like I think their team fight's really weak. Like SK Silencer is always pretty strong. They didn't, like Disruptor's okay, but it just needs a lot of setup. You need all your heroes to stay alive in a fight so they can all help out each other. Whereas DC, like Co-op can just go in on her own, Sven can go in on his own. They don't actually need that much coordination in order to annihilate heroes within the first couple of seconds of the fight.
The ease of execution always so important, and being able to take team fights. It does feel like that's like the thing in this patch. I mean, it's always important, but particularly here. Bottom lane again being pushed in by DC. Kaiser was able to get away with one and not get killed off in that rotation, but only cutting creep waves here. They already have a creep wave ready to go. DC looking for high ground again. Pops God strength. Kaiser again gonna try and back him out there. Lincoln Sphere still on Sven. Back off of cooldown again. Needs to wait for a little while before it ends up coming back up, and long time before that next creep wave gets in there.
Probably saw a lot of TVs back home, so it's pretty key to take the shrine. I don't think there's any chance of a wraparound at this point. Dire do use a scan just in case there is a wraparound, but there's no one there.
And they know what they're doing. They're playing this super well. And wasn't it those other games too where we saw DC just play a very disciplined game where they were, always backing when things got a little bit dicey, making sure that they didn't end up overextending.
I don't think that's always the case for them. I believe they were up, what, 15,000?
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of where we are right now in their lead. And as we've seen just from this tournament alone, no game is unthrowable.
Enough.
Don't you estimate their throwing.
Well, they almost ended up going for a little something there, but don't quite catch on to Milan. So talk to me then. What would it take to have Hellraisers come back in this game?
2 5-man throws.
Okay. 2 5-man team wipes.
Yeah.
Everybody on DC dead, and see if there's a Illumination. Kaiser getting jumped on. Shiva's guard is there. They break the Lincolns, and now the jump. The duel is there, but can they even kill off this Queen of Pain? I don't know if it's going to be the case. Swift Ending pops in as well. Mason is there looking for the stun, or possibly even just the right clicks, and Troll Warlord's BKB is about to wear off around the same time that the Sven is. They have the stun follow-up now if they want to. The hookshot counter initiation comes out from Milan, keeping him alive, and Swift Ending trying to TP, but that's not going to happen. They find the stun. J4 does manage to get out of there. south side of the fight. They find the Clockwork, going to be able to lift him up with the Yules. And now with Troll dead for 58 seconds and Clockwork as well in the grave, might be time for DC to push a little bit harder.
They're all crumbled. Ooh, Disruptor actually has a Scepter soon. That could be a potential game changer, but there's no setup, that's the thing.
Yeah. No Dark Seer, nothing to really like try and bait them into a bad position. It's like Static Storm is it.
Yeah. It's a lackluster combination they have in some of the fights run at people with Troll.
Abed again. He doesn't really have a great way to lock down the Ember, which is something. But, yep. Still, kind of just be that placeable tank in front of everybody else. And when he gets that 25 talent, I don't know how they're going to try and kill him off. Moment DC, dotting their I's, crossing their T's. Seeing if they can finish this game off that, as we've talked about numerous times, is so important. Their ability to move on in this. And with the Moonlight Shadow, it's definitely an opportunity here to just walk forward and look for a kill. Or just wait around since Roshan is back up now. You mentioned a little bit earlier on as well, like the Yule Scepter, but the other big thing that we've seen now is Legion Commander picking up the Halberd. And I believe that was a fight or two ago. I mean, that's something that can be quite detrimental, particularly since Mason, while he does have BKB, you're not going to be able to BKB it off if Legion's able to get the jump.
Yeah, it's good for popping the Lincolns, though. I think that's the most important part of the Halberd here. Sometimes it has some anti-synergy with the Blade Mail, but it doesn't really matter too much. You can kind of just stroll up their base. Maybe not that easily, rather, but easily enough.
Quap next going to be going back for that Maelstrom as well. Does have the level 25 talent now, so 60% lifesteal. Bottom lane, they were looking for J4, but didn't quite find him in time. Get close enough to him in time. Guys are going to keep on split pushing, doing his best this year.
That's his job. Slow down the game. Maybe you can get it to Rapier territory for Ember.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. I haven't seen the physical build in a while.
I have been seeing a lot of plus 30 damage over 8 spell lamp at 10. But still no answers yet.
It's the dream. That's we just need one of those this tournament. That will be the best. Get back. Alright, Abed, Maelstrom there. Aegis on Mason. Pipe pop. Time to go. How do Hellraisers like try and defend against this now? Is there anything that they can really try and do? Isolate one hero?
Tried that last time.
Alright, Mason just jumps forward and destroys the Disruptor. A quick jump, quick kill. Didn't even need to use the stun. Well, looking for another opening now. DC are just going to back out after taking the Rex, and they literally cannot do anything on Hellraisers.
Quick push.
No, stun comes out, the jump forward, press the attack on a 4-staff, keeps him alive. But only just.
Their firepower at this point is just kind of unrivaled.
Yeah.
Well.
I mean, that's the thing, is like, if you look at this game, it's 7 to 29, it's right now a 25,000 net worth lead. I mean, I think that the biggest comeback ever was like 38,000 or something like that, but this is the type of patch too where I feel like taking high ground is not as hard as it was in some of those.
Agreed.
Mason again just walking forward. And the Lincoln's in his backpack.
That's how rich he is. Yeah, he doesn't care. He's got the same amount of net worth as there's a difference between the two teams. And the siege on the tower, I mean, Hellraiser's just in an impossible situation. There's nothing that they can do to stop this. Even the root
Go,
comes
Clockwork,
in,
go!
Push back. They want to try and make it happen. Bulba actually ends up putting himself in the cogs, and the 4-step doesn't get Mason outside of the base. Couple of strange collections. There's the jump away. The duel is down as well, but Mason starting to really deal out the deeps. Forev is going to live through all of that, and Swift Dendi is trying to beat away at him. Mason is finally going to die with a little bit of help from Kaiser, but he's coming back in just a second. Kaiser getting ran down. Bulba connects onto the damage. There is so little left in the tank right now. He dies to the caustic, and well, DC just spitting on the grave of Hellraisers. They do take down Marana with no buyback, but they kill everybody else in the world, and GG is going to be called. We knew it was all coming. I didn't particularly.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you've been enjoying the intermission, catching some of the end of the Group D matches. Plenty of other Dota 2 action going on across 4 English Dota 2 streams here, as well as Russian, Chinese, whatever your language of choice is. There's probably a stream for you.
Malaysian.
I like watching the French streams from time to time. There's some good French casters out there. I don't know what half of what they're saying is, but I do know what half of what they are saying is. Check out the French stream. I think there's like a dossier channel. I don't know what they're called, but find a French stream on Twitch and go support it. Tell them I sent you.
C'est parfait, Parker.
Oui, c'est bon, monsieur. That's the great thing about TI. You know, it brings everyone together, brings together the entire Dota 2 scene, and there's just so much great Dota. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here to get to watch a little piece of it with you, Winter. We've got OG versus VP. I feel like this is a very exciting match. It's a rematch of the Kiev Major Grand Finals. Not quite the same stakes at play, but definitely an important series for both teams. VP especially, because they have not had the best group stage so far.
Huh. This is Winter Wyvern bad.
There's been a lot of Winter Wyvern from OG. Fly's been very good on this hero.
Yeah, but how strong is the hero warrant a first phase ban? That one I'm unsure. Because they always have a defensive support like a Dazzle,
Yep.
Oracle, like those kind of like one person to save your team. And it's one of the heroes that it's not only like a saver, but it has a very good presence in team fight because of the ulti, the curse. And you have a very good wave push out. That's the hero. And the hero got a few buffs to his Arctic Burn recently, the duration and some good talents. So all in all, a hero that a lot of people are trying out recently with the Lich, Winter Wyvern, Lich, Shadow Shaman.
Here's another hero people have been trying out, the Birdman. Visage is it started with OG. They were running it before it was cool. They were the original Visage.
Before it was cool.
I mean, it's kind of become a cool pick, you know? They were running it as that 5-position support many months back, going back to like DAC and stuff. They had like mixed success with it. It was kind of just like an alternative 5-position hero for Fly. We've seen more of it over the last few months. We've seen it played in a carry role for No-Tail as well, I think is important to note. It's been played mid by some teams.
Arteezy.
Yep, Arteezy's been spamming it in pubs. I don't think it played it at this tournament. I don't know for sure.
Not
I don't
yet,
think so.
But maybe.
It's a very strong hero, and it's flexible in where it can go.
And so is Night Stalker, VP's first pick. A very, very strong hero because of the vision control. Last game we talked so much about how Liquid were really good with the vision, and that's what Night Stalker will provide you. Good vision control, pretty strong in the first few minutes to secure at least one lane. Very annoying, like tanky hero, high regen, can trade harass very well. And just all in all, a hero that provides you with a lot of like utility because he can build like pretty much any items that the team needs, like a Vlad's, Solar Crest, a pipe. He's not like a hero that, oh my god, Feno and Night Stalker. Oh!
Some good luck running away from these guys. They will chase you down, they will slow you.
Very hard to play against these two heroes because, okay, you think about how these two heroes are going to be played. Early phase, Night Stalker is going to be running around securing lanes, and once the night time comes, that's when the Venom is going to have a few, like level 6, level 7, around there, and he's going to be sitting in one lane, forcing someone to react. Like, that's how you play Venom. He's going to pressure a tower with the wards, and someone has to come to the lane to rotate, and you don't see Night Stalker on the map, you're like, oh shit.
Then somebody's flying over
yeah,
trees.
and you try to defend a tower, and then that's the point you die. That's like why this tool is so hard to play with. And Venom as well is providing vision with the wards. Night Stalker vision, Venom vision, very difficult to play against these two heroes. Let's see what does OG do. Okay, I like the PL ban. They've been picking this hero a lot for no tier. Been playing PL, Panda. I think I kind of like him playing on PL because PL, I feel the hero suits him. He likes to play like an illusion-based hero that can push out, pressure, like push out alone, and it's not that easy to die. PL is very suitable for the way he plays the game.
What we saw earlier today, a game that had PL with it was a TA, was that there were heroes that can farm and scale well, but they also fight very well. PL just with some cheap, cost-effective items can be very strong, and OG seem to be going away from that. Like, let's just, you know, farm around, play for the late game. I mean, No-Tail's always been that fighting carry player, but even with some of Anna's picks, we're seeing a lot more aggression out of this team.
This game, I think maybe like kind of like something like a clockwork to deal with the Venom. You want someone that can
get on top of him.
Yeah, get on top of him and kill him first, because the longer the Venom stays in the fight, he's going to be dishing out a lot of damage. You want to force him into a bad position, like catch him first, make him use his ulti early so he doesn't get the ulti onto too many heroes, and kill him first.
So there was was it today? I think it was the first game OG played where they had an offlane S for Clockwork, and it started okay, but then quickly kind of fell off, didn't farm well. PPD actually made a tweet about it saying he just didn't feel the offlane Clockwork is very good. He feels like it should be played in a 4 position role. I don't know if you have thoughts on it.
I like offlane Clockwork. I just like the hero. I think the hero definitely can function with less farm. With farm, I think he's good. Maybe I'm influenced by Daryl a lot because I watch him. Like when he plays Clockwork, he's quite greedy with the hero. He likes to buy Midas, and you know, with his Radiance build and whatnot, I feel the hero can be good with farm, and he's quite strong.